Drake finally did something right. And when I say that, I don't mean any disrespect to Drake. I just mean the battle strategy that we've seen between him and Kendrick Lamar has shown Kendrick to be a superior battle tactician. Forget about lyricism for a minute. Forget about who made the better song. That's a conversation we should have. But Kendrick has played these things right, and he's about to end up at the Super Bowl in less than a month. Meanwhile, Drake is looking questionable in the public eye. The lawsuit against Universal Music Group, some of the other choices have not looked as strong as people may have wanted him to be. But on Friday, Drake decided it was time to release some new music. Not that hard drive stuff, not any more compilations, and thank God, not any more battle raps. Let's get off that. Let's move on to the next thing. Drake dropped what I would call a kind of post-battle reflection. It's called the Fighting Irish Freestyle. It's not like the kind of music that gets released straight to like Apple or Tidal or something like that. It got released kind of like a video where he's rapping off in the distance. It's an interesting approach, but at the end of the day, he released this track. And this is the Drake that I want to hear from. This is Drake rapping. This is Drake not singing, not doing hooks, not trying to be too cool for school, not Drake the misogynist, not Drake the faux tough guy. None of that. This is Drake doing, I think, the thing that I love the most from him, and that is the critical, self-aware, vulnerable bars. I think he does that as well as anybody. And he is spitting. And when you look at the rhyme schemes, when you look at the flow, I mean, he is doing like, he's rhyming the same words. The flow, he's killing the flow, even doing a couple bent rhymes. You have to have some bent rhymes if you're going to, rhyme unrealistic budgets and limits. My brother's got tickets. They loved every minute. It wasn't just business. It's somewhat suspicious. I'd run up the digits as I guzzle. These are the ends of these lines. But he's doing something interesting here. He's talking about what it means to feel betrayed and abandoned during this battle. Now, Drake has done the I'm the Don, I'm the Mafia, so it's lonely at the top rhymes for years now. That gets old and stale. But I think what's different here is we know who he's talking to. These aren't exactly blind items. He's talking about LeBron James. He's talking about LeBron James. How do I know? Well, it's called the Fighting Irish Freestyle. Now, it ain't about Notre Dame, the college team. No, it's about Notre Dame High School, where LeBron James played, where he was number 23. And yes, Drake has a tattoo of LeBron James in that Notre Dame number 23 Fighting Irish jersey on his body. Yes, he has a tattoo of LeBron on his body. And I think what Drake is trying to communicate here is, and I think I know what Drake is trying to communicate here is, we were close. We were friends. He's talking about how close they were, right? Remember, we traded watches. I gave you the Arabic dial. You gave me a numbered edition. He said you would even check up on my son like a pediatrician. Sure, convinced this gang shit was rooted in love when it isn't. Show me how different we are. There's blessings in juxtaposition. So he's saying, like, we were tight. We were close. And then you pop up supporting Kendrick. You pop up spitting the words and dancing to They Not Like Us. And for Drake, that is a declaration of war. They Not Like Us, I'm saying, is a declaration of war. And supporting Kendrick in that moment is an articulation of disloyalty. And you know what? Drake is right. Drake is 100% right. Drake's 100% right. If LeBron James is as close to Drake, and Drake is as close to LeBron James, if their friendship is as close as it seemed, and as close as they both said it was, then you can't be neutral. You damn sure can't take sides. You either got to stand with Drake or say nothing, which I guess is neutral. You know what? You could be neutral. Just don't say nothing. And if you're that cool with Kendrick, then you stay out of it. You say, look, that's my homie. I'm staying out of the beef because I don't do rap beef. Fine. No one will trip about LeBron doing that. But right now, LeBron is looking funny in the light with regard to this relationship. DeMar DeRozan, the other person who Drake has kind of targeted, Same thing. I got clips of DeMar DeRozan from years ago saying Drake has my forever loyalty. Drake was there for me. Drake did this for me. Drake did that for me. I'm forever be loyal to him. And then you dancing on stage at the pop-out show. Then you in the video for Not Like Us. Again, I understand you from LA. I understand you got ties. I understand you got relationships. Then you stay out of it. So Drake is right to feel some kind of way. Now, by the time you get to verse 2 and verse 3, you might say, okay, it's a little bit whiny. It's a little bit repetitive, but I'm okay with that. Now, I would love to see Drake take it a step further and not just be reflective about the feeling that he's feeling of, yo, y'all betrayed me, but dig deeper about how he got there and why he got there. Why do you have that man's tattoo on you? Why did you feel so close to them? Why did they feel so close to you? What does that say about the industry? He gets at some of it, but I would love an even deeper layer from Drake because I know he has the ability. Now, most rappers don't even give you the level of vulnerability, the introspection that Drake gave you there. But Drake is capable of more, so I want more from Drake. You know, I'm not a Drake hater. Drake does shit that annoys me. Drake makes music choices that I don't care for. But Drake as a spitter, Drake as a feature person, Drake as somebody with the capacity to make 12 hot rap tracks, Drake is as good as they come. You know, I wish he rapped more, honestly. That said, he's rapping now. He's rapping now. I can't wait to see what's coming up next. Is it an album? Is it more mixtapes? It can't be more of this. It needs to be something else. But at the end of the day, I need to see what Drake is dropping because whatever you think of Drake, he's still the biggest seller. He's still the biggest streamer. He's still the biggest voice in rap. So like, don't take him for bad and don't sell him short. I think he's going to have some problems hitting number one because I think he's going up against the Universal Music Group machine and they're going to undermine him no matter how successful he is. But it ain't from a lack of chops and it ain't from a lack of talent and it ain't from a lack of commitment. The boy works harder than anybody. So let's see. But it was finally good, just to tie this up, to see Drake actually kind of getting past the battle space, reflecting on it a little bit differently, and taking us somewhere else. Now, the other question is, does LeBron ever respond to this? Because there's some nuggets in there that I'll talk about them maybe on the podcast tomorrow, but there's some nuggets he drops in there that could be seen as dry snitching, could be seen as threats, whatever. But how does LeBron doesn't rap? So how does LeBron respond to this? That'll be another question we got to unpack.